What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we have another one of our FBA roadmap students, Maher, who's actually a college student who, as of the last few hours, just hit 15K last 30 days on Amazon, all online arbitrage. So we're going to talk a little bit about his experience and everything thus far. And so, for the one person in the comments every video who says "show the seller app," let's show the seller app there.
15K last 30 days, first time today.
And the big, last 3 days, a lot more in there as well.
Yeah.
And it's all online arbitrage and all doing your own prep out of the dorm room thus far?
Actually, I'm sending all my stuff home. So around one or two times a week, I go home, pack my stuff up, and then come right back to college.
There we go. So you're really kind of siphoning the time well and everything like that,
yeah.
dude. And all online arbitrage, everything like that?
Yeah, all online arbitrage right now. In the summer, I want to dabble into wholesale a little bit, see if I can find some good catalogs, but all right now, all online arbitrage.
Yeah, and you're getting a feel for it, and you're seeing that, thousands in profit can be made a month, right? And you're only a freshman in school, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
My freshman year right now.
Yep, and he's actually in finals right now, so he's really taking some time out for the boys and everything like that. But you want to kind of walk through how you got started, specifically with OA. And I know you've been at it for a few months and everything, but it kind of clicked recently based on what I've seen on your socials and everything like that. But let's talk through that.
Yeah. So for Amazon in general, I hit probably a year recently, but I haven't really picked up traction until I started online arbitrage and I got into seller imp. So before I was doing a lot of retail arbitrage, just doing a lot of like inefficient things. It wasn't really getting me there. But once I started using Seller Imp, I started doing a lot of reverse sourcing, a lot of manual sourcing. That's when everything sort of clicked for me. And then
my bad.
Nah, you good, you good. And then utilizing the Plum card, that also gave me a lot of leverage in terms of capital, which I didn't really have before. So yeah.
So tell me about the Amex Plum for those of the listeners who might not be familiar, but it really can be a game changer depending on your situation.
Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. So unlike normal credit cards and stuff, the Amex Plum card, it gives you 60 days to buy and pay off your inventory, which turnaround time for me is around 45 to 50 days. So I can get that inventory in, send it out, and get my money back in time to pay it off.
Yep. So assuming you're spending money now, it's probably not due for around like 60 days and everything like that.
Exactly.
And so it's a non-traditional card and everything like that, but it's perfect for this kind of thing where it's a cash flow business that's rolling and everything like that. And are you repricing yet?
Yeah, I just got a repricer last week, and then ever since then, my sales have just been way higher.
We saw it on the graph.
Yeah, I just had my first 1K FBA day 3 days ago, and then the 2 days after that, I hit 1K again both days.
It's beautiful, right? And probably right around 20% profit or so. So that's not bad while you're taking finals and everything like that. And we can see your background right now is the crib, obviously the dorm, right? And so you're not storing any inventory there. You're sending everything to FBA, and that way you're able to scale in that you don't need to worry about fulfilling individual orders or holding inventory on hand.
Exactly. And I'm working with a prep center, and they're allowing me to start sending inventory today. So I'm going to start placing a lot of orders, sending inventory out to prep centers.
There we go. And you're in Maryland right now, which isn't necessarily sales tax advantage, but working with a prep center, which I assume you're working with our friend Logan's in Delaware, right? Who just got going with that. That is going to allow you to buy extra stuff, right? Because you're not going to have to worry about just state-specific sales tax and stuff like that in terms of purchasing where you're sending the inventory and all that. And so can you kind of elaborate on the sourcing methods that have worked so far? I know you said some manual, some seller amp stuff, and I know you tried a lot of stuff prior to that. So what's kind of been attractive and more so working about the current stuff?
So the way I got it started with seller amp is I was looking through sellers that were selling the products I was already selling. I was going through some of their storefronts, and then just reverse sort or just like Googling whatever they're selling. And then when I find a winner, even if it's not that good, I see who's selling that, and then I just check those products. And honestly, the more reps you put in and the more products you look through, eventually you'll build up a good like sheet of products that you can sell. And so that's really just been working for me. I just keep doing that, keep purchasing inventory, and it's all been working out for me.
Yeah, and one thing that's worked for me well the last month or so I've started doing is while I'm going through and sourcing stuff, you see different opportunities in Keepa where, like, for example, right, back to school or like Q4 stuff like that. Certain stuff is good that might not be good right now. So I have a separate sheet. I toss stuff in that with like some notes that says like was X price in December, was X price during September, August, that kind of thing. And that's serving well. But I really like the point about putting in reps, right? And that this is a skill just like anything else. And if
Mhm.
it was easy when you do it the first time, everyone would just do it,
Exactly.
especially on manual stuff like that.
Exactly. Like I'll pull up my my last 12-month graph. I wasn't really
Oh,
if it'll
not
focus.
close to focus yet.
Man, how do
We're
I get
not quite getting it there. We'll take
Man,
your
that's
word
crazy.
for it
Yeah,
though.
yeah. My sales were going like this. I had to pull out of money a few times. I had an emergency and I had to pull out around like $750, and that hit the business. But yeah, now it's just been picking up and hoping to see like that 75 to 100% growth month or every month, hopefully.
Yeah, and the nice thing too is now that you have proof of concept, you're able to, depending on risk tolerance, add in some leverage, the plum card, taking some of the risk off that. And now that you're starting to make thousands in profit a month, you're going to see a compounding, assuming you're reinvesting a lot of that money, and you'll be
Mhm.
able to grow it a lot quicker and stuff like that. And I know one thing you've used pretty well that's helped me as well is meeting other sellers and stuff like that. So can you kind of
Sure.
talk about how networking's benefited you?
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, first of all, I went to Miami 2021. Couldn't go this year, but I met a lot of cool guys there. Yeah, it's all been super motivating. And aside from that, just being able to bounce ideas off each other, share techniques, share tactics. Um, yeah, and honestly, it's just it's a motivation factor, like pushing each other, having friends to do the same thing. Uh, it'll get you places. It'll get you places.
Yeah, and you have what I consider to be the perfect blend of has a Amazon Instagram account, doesn't post super often. We'll see some stories daily and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but you have that leverage and that people can see on your page that you're doing stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So if you come in cold to someone's DMs, they can see that you're doing stuff.
Mhm. I'm not going down the content route as much as I want to. I feel like my place is just documenting my journey and showing people what I do.
I mean, if you scroll back 3 years on my Instagram, anyone that's watching, that's literally exactly what I was doing. You'll see me. I'm like, hello. So this is what I, literally, I was just
You're
like,
back in the dorm room too, yeah.
exactly, right? Literally, man. Yeah, 3 years ago, this month, last month, that kind of stuff was right when I was getting started in terms of Amazon. And so, can you kind of walk through the tech stack and the different software you're using besides just SellerAmp, which we previously mentioned?
For sure, for sure. So I'm using Inventory Lab for shipments, which is a must, of course. Let's see, BQ for repricing. Uh I actually just got Arbitrage here, which is like a SellerAmp like add-on sort of, and that's been pretty good to me. Um I think that's about it. I keep it pretty simple.
Yeah, oh, I'm the same way, right? I'm everything you mentioned, and
Mhm.
then probably like one other thing I can't quite remember off the top of
Yeah,
my head, but it doesn't have to be super complicated. You know what I mean?
exactly. I was dabbling into tactical arbitrage for a few months, and I just found it's all pretty annoying. Like I love to rather just like Google stuff myself. Setting up all of those searches, it's not for me. You can definitely make money like that, but it's just not for me. I like to keep it simple and just keep the ball rolling like that.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff, right? With TA, typically everyone will just have their VAs run the same cookie cutter searches every day. But
Mhm,
going through manual, right, you're able to find opportunities where maybe if you Google something, Google Shopping might show there's X coupon or there's some type of deal, right?
mhm.
Then you can hop in that software wouldn't normally pick up. And so that's where you can find these outsized returns, and that if you can find it and sell through it for 1 month and it's something that's very hard to find, there's probably a good chance there'll be some longevity on that as well, which is
Exactly. Yeah.
big. So do you have any stuff you're repurchasing now?
Yeah. I actually got a. I have a little spreadsheet I make. After I buy some things and they sell nicely, I just add them to the replen list. So I'm repurchasing the same probably 10 or 15 items and constantly trying to add items to that list. Just get a bigger list and keep buying the same items.
Sweet. And within BQL, what mode like sales booster, equalizer, and how are you setting mins and max? I'd love to talk about that a little bit.
So I was using the AI equalizer at first, but then I watched one of Warner's videos where he built himself like a maximize profit rule, and so I'm using that because that was working a little better for me. But as far as mins and max goes, Uh, I just said, I look at the like historical buy box price a little bit, and then I maybe go wherever that like wherever's been the lowest in a few months. But I usually just go a couple dollars up, a couple dollars below,
I
just
feel
match the
like,
buy
yeah.
box.
Yeah, and for maximum, you can do whatever, right? Because,
Exactly.
I normally just do, like, 99, even if it's a $50 item or whatever, something like that. And so the age-old question for all the college kids in my DM saying, "How do I start? I don't have time, I'm in school." 1, you're wrong, most likely, but 2,
Exactly.
how have you gone about it and managed different things? Growing the Amazon business while also being in school, as we can see from the background.
Um, it all comes down to just actually let me see.
Putting them on the
uh,
spot.
yeah. There's really not much to it. I say saying you're in college and not being able to do it is an excuse. It's very doable. Um, for me, I just send all my stuff home and I pack it up from there. But definitely, if you're in college and you don't have the ability to go home, use a prep center. You have to delegate what you can do from college, and yeah, it all comes down to just delegation and sourcing. And yeah,
And, valuing what's actually important to you, right? You'll make time for this if it's important to you. And what's crazy is I used to send a whole bunch of stuff to the mailroom at school. Keep it a buck with you because I was a few hours away from home and everything like that. I had a storage unit and everything like that. You guys should really go scroll back on my Instagram if you want to
they
see that. But
they
it's
they kicked, they didn't let you like sell shoes from your dorm anymore at some point, right?
Yeah, well, that's why I got the storage unit, yeah.
Gotcha.
But which I don't know, that's a whole nother story. Interesting. So the guys, the video I posted last, actually, like the one right before this, kind of talked into my story a little bit, which I haven't told too super publicly on the channel. So you guys should go check that out after, if you're interested. But fantastic. Yeah. So do you have any final kind of words of wisdom for those just looking to get the ball rolling that maybe are in a similar situation to you where they were tinkering around but couldn't really get into anything to click?
I say the name of the game is just sourcing. Uh, just get good at sourcing. Keep putting in the rep sourcing, and it'll eventually you'll get it. And just keeping reinvesting your profits, and eventually you'll turn it up, which
Yeah.
hope I'm doing now. Hopefully,
Oh, well, we saw those bars, right, initially, so
yeah,
that's good stuff, and the nice thing is, right, when you find one good item, if you understand how to look in the buy box statistics, how to read the Keepa, you can see who's been making money on that for a while, and if they've been making money on that product, which is good, very good if you're buying it, right, for a while, they probably have other stuff, and that's where the reverse sourcing and the snowball effect kinda picks up and everything in that regard.
exactly, yeah,
Cool, so you wanna plug the Amazon Instagram there?
yeah. So you can follow me on Instagram at the Maher Ismail, uh, TheMaherismail, and check out what I'm doing. I think you like it.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely go do that. And if you're interested in checking out the FBA roadmap, we had an update last month, 17 new videos. So that's linked in the description as well. Like and subscribe, do what you got to do. See you in the next one. Appreciate it.